Hi, my friend. How are you? I am Joey. Welcome to Joey's Tech. Today, we are going to solve longest Pythonic subsequence using dynamic programming. Now, Pythonic seems to be a little classy word. Many programmers and many students think that it's a very complex problem to solve, but not at all. It is not a very complex problem. It is very easy to solve. It is very easy to understand, and it is very easy to learn only if you watch this video till the end. So stay tuned, and you are going to solve today longest Pythonic subsequence in the best possible manner. Before we proceed, I would urge you to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my videos of dynamic programming, and do not forget to hit the bell icon, because that way you will be notified whenever I release my next video. So let's move to the problem. Longest Pythonic subsequence. So you are given an array of integers. You need to create an algorithm to find the longest Pythonic subsequence. These two are very general statements. If you are wondering what longest Pythonic subsequence is, then we are going to read it next. Okay, so the Pythonic subsequence is the one which increases at first and then it decreases. So it is going to be a subsequence out of this array of integers which you are given, and it is going to increase at first and then it is going to decrease from a reference point. So a reference point is going to be an integer again. Like I told you earlier, that it looks like a complicated problem, but it is very easy to solve. Okay. So the problem is, this is our array of integers 1, 9, 2, 11, 4, 5, 3, 1, and we are going to find the longest Pythonic subsequence on this array of integers. So let's now move to the solution. Alright, here we are at our framework. So this is our array of integers. Okay, these are the indexes of the corresponding cells. Now the trick to find the longest Pythonic subsequence is, we need to find the longest increasing subsequence from left to right and the longest increasing subsequence from right to left. Okay, so when we are going to find the longest increasing subsequence from left to right, it will be denoted by LIS, and when we will find the longest decreasing subsequence array from right to left, then it is going to be known as longest decreasing subsequence, and it will be denoted by LDS. All right. Then what we are going to do, we are going to add the cell values of these two arrays of LIS and LDS, and we will be subtracting one from each of them, and we'll be storing those values over here in LBS array. We will find the maximum integer out of this array of LBS, and that will be the length of our longest Pythonic subsequence. If it seems to be a little overwhelming to you at this point of time, do not worry, because we are going to solve it step by step. All you have to do is stick to watching this video till the end. So let's begin finding the LCS from left to right. Now you can watch my longest increasing subsequence using dynamic programming video also, to get a better understanding of how to find the LIS of a particular array of integers. But in this video also, I am going to solve the same, so you can watch this as well. But for a better understanding, I would recommend you to watch that video. So this is our LIS array. I am going to fill this array with 1, because it is going to denote the base state. All right. Okay, so this is our base state of LIS array. Okay, my I pointer will be over here and my J pointer over will be here. Before I proceed, I would like to tell you that there are two position arrays. So these arrays will help us to find out the components of the longest Pythonic subsequence. Okay, so for now, this position array is going to hold the positions or the components of the longest increasing subsequence out of this array of integers. So we'll be storing the addresses here. Okay, so here I am going to store the address as 0, because this is the base state. The longest increasing subsequence, if this is the sub problem, then it will always be 1 and its address will be 0. So let's begin from here. So is 9 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So what we are going to do, we are going to add 1 to this value. 1, why we are adding 1? Because we are having now an integer, a new integer in our longest increasing subsequence or our increasing subsequence. Okay. So 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. 2 is greater than 1. So 2 is going to replace this 1, and I am going to put the address over here as 0 because we are taking the value from here and the address over here is 0. So I am going to put the address over here as 0. Now we are going to shift I one cell to the right. Okay, so we'll do the comparison here. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So we will add 1 to this value. So we'll get 2. 2 is greater than 1. Okay, all right. 1 gets replaced by 2, and I'll be storing 0 over here because we are getting this value from this cell, and this cell has the address as 0. Okay, cool. Now J moves one cell to the right. Now we compare 2 against 9. 2 is not greater than 9, hence this step gets ignored, and J goes back to its base position, and I moves one cell to the right. Alright, so is 11 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So we'll add 1 to this one, we'll get 2. We replace 1 with 2 because it is greater than 2, and I put 0 over here. Okay, I move J one cell to the right. Is 11 greater than 9? Yes, it is greater than 9. So we add 1 to this value, we get 3 as the result. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes, it is greater than 2. So I put 3 over here, and what will be my address which will be stored here? It is going to be 1. Now J moves one cell to the right. So is 11 greater than 2? Yes, it is greater than 2. So I add 1 to this value, I get 3. I already have 3 here, so I'll save myself the overhead, and this step will be ignored. Okay, so J goes back to its base position. I moves one cell to the right. So we have 4. Is 4 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So we add 1 to this value. I get 2 as the result. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So I am going to put 2 over here. The address is going to be 0. All right. J moves one cell to the right. We have 4 and 9. Is 4 greater than 9? No, it is not greater than 9. So it gets ignored here. J moves one cell to the right. Is 4 greater than 2? Yes, it is greater than 2. So what is going to happen? We are going to add 1 to this value. We'll get 3 as the result. Okay, 3 is greater than 2. So I am going to update 3 over here, and the address which will be updated over here will be 2 because we have 2 over here. All right. Okay, J moves one cell to the right. Now, is 4 greater than 11? No, it is not greater than 11. So this step will get ignored, and J will move back to its base position. Okay. Now I moves one cell to the right. All right. So we have 5. Is 5 greater than 1? It is greater than 1. So we add 1 to this value. We get 2. 2 is greater than 1. So I put 2 over here, and here the address will be stored as 0. J moves one cell to the right. 5 is greater than 9. No, it is not greater than 9. So this step gets ignored. I move J one cell to the right. Now, is 5 greater than 2? Yes, it is greater than 2. So I add 1 to this 2. I get 3. Okay, 3 is greater than 2. So I put 3 over here. All right, and the address which gets stored over here is 2. Amazing. Now J moves one cell to the right. Is 5 greater than 11? No, it is not. So J moves one cell to the right. Is 5 greater than 4? It is greater than 4. So I add 1 to this value, I get 4 as the result. Is 4 greater than 3? It is greater than 3. I store 4 over here and I store this address over here, which is going to be 4. Cool. Now I moves one cell to the right and J goes to its base position. Okay. Now is 2 greater than 1? Okay, it is greater than 1. So I add 1 to it. So I'm going to get 2. All right, 2 is greater than 1. I'm going to update it here and I will put 0 over here. Okay, now we are going to save ourselves some time. Okay, rather than bringing all these J's over here and do it one by one, we can look at the array and can you find any integer which is going to be less than 2? Or can you find any integer over which 2 is greater? No, right? So we are going to save ourselves the time because the value is going to continue stay here as 2. Okay, so I'm going to move I to the right. All right, so I have 1 over here. Now again, it's the time saving phenomenon. 1 is not going to be greater than any of these values. Okay, so this value is going to stay as 1. I will put 7 over here because this is the address of this particular cell of the array. Alright, so we have our LIS over here and the position array of this LIS is also populated. Now we are going to find the LDS. Okay, so I am going to make some change because we'll be moving from right to left. Hence, the counter values will be changed. So J is going to come over here and I is going to come over here. All right. Cool. So I will populate this LDS array with 1, the base state. Okay. Now we'll start from here. So is 2 greater than 1? It is greater than 1. So I'm going to add 1 to this value. Okay, we are moving from right to left. So you need to keep in mind which values, which cells are we considering. So is 2 greater than 1? Yes. So we will add 1 to this value. We'll get 2. Is 2 greater than this one? Yes. So I'm going to populate 2 over here. Okay, and I will populate 7 over here because this is going to be the address of this value from where we are deriving to. All right, and 7 will be populated over here also, the base state, like we populated 0 over here. Now I moves one cell to the left. Cool. So is 5 greater than 1? It is greater than 1. So we add 1 to this value, we get 2 as the answer. 2 is greater than 1. Of course 2 is greater than 1. So I place 2 over here. Okay, and 7 is the value, is the address which I'm going to store in my LDS position array. Okay, J moves one cell to the left. Now is 5 greater than 2? It is greater than 2. So 1 added to this 2 gets me 3. 3 is greater than 2. So I place 3 over here and the address which will be stored will be 6. All right, we are doing just fine. So J goes back to its base position. I moves one cell to the left. Okay. Now 4, is 4 greater than 1? Of course it is greater than 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. 2 is greater than 1. Okay, I put 2 over here, 7 over here. Okay, come on J, move one cell to the left. So 4 greater than 2, of course greater than 2, it is greater than 2. So 2 plus 1, 3, 3 is greater than 2. I put 3 over here and 6 over here. Cool. Now J over here, one cell to the left. So is 4 greater than 5? No, it is not greater than 5. Nothing happens here. No comparison. Okay, comparison happened, but no values change. Okay, I'm sorry. So I moves one cell to the left. Okay. Now is 11 greater than 1? Of course it is greater than 1. So I add 1 to this value. I get 2 as the answer. I update 2 over here. Okay. I get 7 over here. Now J moves one cell to the left. Is 11 greater than 2? Of course. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3 is greater than 2. 3 comes here. This value gets updated to 6. Okay. J moves one cell to the left. So is 11 greater than 5? Of course. So 3 plus 1 is going to be 4. 4 is greater than 3. So 4 here and 5 over here. Okay, address of this cell. Fine. Now J moves one cell to the left. Is 11 greater than 4? Of course it is greater than 4. So 3 plus 1, 4. 4 is already here. We are not going to do anything. We'll save ourselves the overhead. Okay, this value stays like this. J goes back to its base position. I moves one cell to the left. Now is 2 greater than 1? 2 is greater than 1. Okay, so 1 plus 1 will be 2. 2 is greater than this one. I'm going to place 2 over here, and then it's going to be 7. Okay, now 2 is not going to be greater than any of these values. So we will save ourselves the time and move I one cell to the left. Now is 9 greater than 1? Of course. So 1 plus 1, 2. I'll place 2 over here. J comes here. 9 greater than 2? Of course. So 2 plus 1, 3. Yes, 3 will be stored over here. Now is 9 greater than 5? Okay, so yes, it is greater than 5. So 3 plus 1 is going to be 4. 4 is greater than 3. All right, we have 4 over here, and I store 5 over here. Okay, all right, so I move J one cell to the left now. Is 9 greater than 4? Yes. So 1 added to this 3 is going to get me 4. Nothing happens because 4 is already here. J moves one cell to the left. Is 9 greater than 11? No. Nothing happens here. All right. Is 9 greater than 2? Yes, it is greater than 2. So 1 added to this 2 is going to give me 3. 3 is not greater than 4. So no update happens. Cool. J goes back to its base position. Then I moves one cell to the left. All right. So 1 is not going to be greater than any of these values over here. So we again save ourselves the time, and I put 0 over here in the position of the first cell. All right. So I now have my LDS, and I now have my LIS as well as LIS position array and LDS position array. So which is going to help me to find out the components of the longest Pythonic subsequence. Now, like I told you earlier, we are going to add these values, okay, and we'll store the sum minus 1 over here in this array. So let's do that, and I'll tell you why we are subtracting 1 from these values. So 1 plus 1 is going to be 2, minus 1, it is going to be 1, okay. Then 2 plus 4 is 6, minus 1, 5. All right, this is going to be 2 plus 2, 4, and 3. It is going to be 6. Okay, this is going to be 5. All right, this is going to be 6. Okay, this is going to be 3, and this is going to be 1. Now, the maximum value okay, of this array of integers is going to be the length of our longest Pythonic subsequence. So the maximum value coming over here is 6. We have 1 6 over here and 1 6 over here. So this is the length of our longest Pythonic subsequence. All right. Now the reason of subtracting 1 from the addition result was that if we had not subtracted 1, then we would have counted that particular cell value twice. Now, any of these cells, if we don't know what is our maximum value, okay, then any of these cells could have been a reference point. Now over here 11 is the reference point. That means till 11 the sequence is going to increase and then it will start decreasing. Okay, so if I had not subtracted 1, I would have counted 11 twice. Okay, so that would be wrong. That is why we are subtracting 1 from the result. And any of these cells could be the reference point. That is why for all the cells we are subtracting 1. Okay, now let's find out the components of the LBS. Okay, so I'm going to start from here. You can also start from here because we are getting 6 over here. So this 5 also can be the reference point, but it's right here in the middle. I love this place, so I'm going to start from here. Okay, so 11 is going to be the first component of my LBS. All right, now on the left, the sequence is going to increase. So I will find the components from here. So all I have to do is to make use of this position array. So at 11, what pointer or what address it is giving me? So 1 is the address stored here. So I will go to this cell because here I have 1, and I will find the value here, which is 9. I will put 9 over here and it becomes our next component on the left hand side. At 9, I am going to see what address is stored. I have 0 stored over here. Let's check what value we have at 0th index. So I have 1. I'm going to store 1 over here. Okay, cool. So this is how we have the left part of our longest Pythonic subsequence, which is increasing. Now for the decreasing part, or for the right hand side part, I am going to make use of this particular array, this particular positions array of LDS. So let's check the value here, the address value here. It is 5. What I have at 5? I have 5. Okay, so I put 5 over here. Cool. At 5, what address do I have? I have 6. I go to 6. I get 2 as the answer. So let me put 2 over here. At 2, I have the address stored here as 7. So I go to 7. I find that I have the value 1. So I will store 1 over here, and this is my longest Pythonic subsequence. As you can see, 1, 9, 11, it is increasing, and then from this reference point, it is decreasing. Okay, had I not subtracted 1 from this cell, I would have counted 11 twice like this, and that would have been wrong. So this is the longest Pythonic subsequence. Let's look at the algorithm now. Alright, so this is our algorithm. LBS is going to be max of LISI plus LDSI minus 1. This is the formula, like you already know. The time complexity of this solution is going to be 0 within braces n square. Okay, so with this we have come to the end of this video. I hope you have learned to solve longest Pythonic subsequence from this video. I'll see you in the next video of Joey's Tech. Goodbye.